What's up, fellow book nerds, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host, as always, Jay Schatzer, and it is time for another book haul video where I show you some of the awesome novelizations, movie tie-ins, things of that ilk, and I got a bunch of them, really awesome, some really classic stuff, and some more modern things, but a variation of everything. So let's get right into it, and let me show you the first one. It's a classic sci-fi movie. But it is from the 60s, I want to say. But it's an interesting one, to say the least. But it's always been a enjoyable film for me. It is Moon 02, the British sci-fi film that it's got a groovy edge to it, pretty much. But this one, a lot of fun. I was actually surprised to see that this was in a novelization form. It's from the story for the film by Gavin Lale, Frank Hardman, and Martin Davidson, adapted by John Burke. And it's a Hammer film, if you can believe it, when they dived from the, they averted from the horror stuff and went into the sci-fi stuff for a little bit. And this one was fun. I really enjoyed it. It's the new Hammer film. Production stars James Olsen and Catherine Von Schell, released by Warner Path Distributor Limited. But, yeah, it'll be interesting to read this one to see what it's all about, because it's definitely a film no one really talks about at all. But it's pretty enjoyable, and I recommend you view it if you like that kind of 60s sci-fi stuff, especially if you love Hammer films, you want to see what they did outside the horror genre. But that's Moon 02. Awesome. Now let's dive into the horror, because it is the time of the season to be getting into it. And this one's always a really fun film. When I watched it for the first time, I was kind of taken aback because I didn't think it was as demented as it was, because it's a kind of older film, black and white, part of the Universal Monsters, but it is batshit crazy. But I'm talking about H.G. Wells' The Invisible Man, the original story by H.G. Wells that inspired the Universal Monsters take on it. And this is just a straight-up novel, so this is not an adaptation of anything. This is just H.G. Wells' original story. But a nice little cover there with the illustration of the Invisible Man, and just a little bit of write-up in the back. But yeah, an enjoyable character. How he kind of loses himself and his humanity when he's invisible, and he drives himself mad. But really cool stuff, and I'm really glad I picked this one up. And maybe I'll read it sometime during the holiday season, and then watch the movie to get myself in the mood. But yeah, that's The Invisible Man. Oh, this one I just picked up a couple days ago. Was kind of surprised to see it, because I've seen the cover so many times. I do own the actual movie novelization of this one, but this is a little bit tricky. This is the Marvel illustrated novelization based off the movie of the 80s fantasy film and just epic dragon fantasy flick. It is Dragon Slayer. But that cover is badass. That's worth it alone, just having the cover like that. But if you look inside, it actually is a Marvel comic. This little mini Marvel comic of the film. There's the girl getting sacrificed to the dragon, and like in the beginning. And let's see what else we can find. Some cool pages. But just kind of follows the story. Get some dragon action in here. But really cool stuff. Yeah, like I said, I was very, very surprised when I picked this one up. Well, I saw it in the store, out in the wild. Just really cool. But all kind of supporting and advertising the movie. And just a neat little comic with an awesome illustration. Really cool. But yeah, really excited to pick that one up. Moving on to another recent pickup that I've been wanting to get, like the series of these films, a horror film directed by Steven Spielberg. But these are the books that are adapting probably the screenplay on this one, at least. This is the sequel to it. I don't know if I have the first one anywhere, but this is Jaws 2. Great film, really enjoyable. Not as good as the first, but it does carry on into some crazy territory. But this one is compelling new novel by Hank Searles, based on the screenplay by Howard Sackler and Dorothy Tristan, inspired by Peter Benchley's Jaws. So, based on the screenplay of Jaws 2, so it is based off the movie. But yeah, cool stuff. Awesome stuff. Jaws 2. Let's move it on to a threefer. We got 3 books here representing the famous sci-fi trilogy directed by George Lucas. And yeah, if you don't know what it is, I don't know where you've been. It is the Star Wars trilogy, and I actually do have another Return of the Jedi down on my pile somewhere. I don't know if it has the same artwork or not. But yeah, this one is, I guess, the special edition Star Wars trilogy adaptations. The first one is by George Lucas. And then the second one is Donald F. Goulart, based on a story by George Lucas, screenplay by Leah Brackett and Lawrence Kasdan. And last but definitely not least is Return of the Jedi by James Caan, screenplay by Lawrence Kasdan and George Lucas, and story by George Lucas. But yeah, this is the trilogy. The Holy Grail of the trilogies. Original ones, at least. But really cool pickup. And I don't know if there's no images in any of these versions, except for the Return of the Jedi does have some. Get there. Lando there wrestling. Jabba, Princess Leia. Some cool shots in here. I used to have nightmares of these pig guys when I was a kid, chasing me around a fortress. Really weird stuff, but great pickup. Got the trilogy down. Moving forward is another sci-fi classic. This one's a bit older. From the mind of H.G. Wells. This is the original novel. H.G. Wells' The War of the Worlds. And this is the little pocket version, so it's a tiny bit smaller than a regular paperback. Pocket Books Incorporated, the complete book. But yep, it's the original story. Nothing much else to say on it. Just the actual story. No illustrations, right? But they do have imagery from the movie, so it is a good kind of movie tie-in thing. But H.G. Wells' The War of the Worlds. Up next is a controversial sci-fi film. I don't even know how to even... It's a prequel, but it's the second of a prequel. So I don't even know. Alright, it's the Alien franchise. This is not the last iteration, which is Alien Romulus. This is Alien Covenant, which is a prequel. This is the official movie novelization, Alien Covenant, right there. Written by Alan Dean Foster, a powerhouse in the industry. But story by Jack Paglin and Michael Green, screenplay by John Logan and Dante Harper, and based on the characters created by Dan O'Bannon and Ronald Shusett. But yeah, I dug the movie. I thought the movie was good. A lot of stupid things in it, but the most part is just a very interesting sci-fi film. A lot of kind of concepts that you wouldn't think to put into an alien film, but yeah, overall I really enjoyed it, and it's chaotic in the beginning. That whole beginning when the alien bursts out, and it's too insane not to enjoy a little bit of just like the chaos on screen. But Alien Covenant in novel form. But let's go on to a kind of adventure fantasy kind of story. This is Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's the legendary The Lost World. And this is not the Jurassic Park Lost World like the sequel. This is the original story, but it is taking inspiration, or it's promoting the upcoming Lost World film, which is actually really cool. It's a really cool little adventure film. But yeah, it's a neat little addition. Definitely old school. Don't even know what the year is that this one came out. Let's see if we got some. 1960. But copyright 1912 for the original story. So it's an oldie. Oldie but a goodie. But I love that illustration. And especially this on the back. I remember this as a kid seeing that illustration. I think it's an Allosaurus. Always freaked me out. But yeah, The Lost World. And last but definitely not least is a movie novelization I did not even know existed. It's a comedy, a legendary comedy, horror flick based on the Universal Monsters by a amazing comedic genius, Mel Brooks. If you haven't guessed what it is, it's Young Frankenstein, the movie novelization. And yeah, like I said, I had no idea that this even existed until I saw it somewhere and picked it up. But it is a novel by Gilbert Perlman based on the screenplay by Gene Wilder and Mel Brooks. It's got 16 pages of fabulous photos from the smash 20th Century Fox movie. And there you go. There's the first picture right there. Got some Gene Wilder action over here. And let me see. We got these two crazy kids rolling in the hay. Just a really fun movie. I'm gonna watch. I try to watch it every year, but I think I skipped the last 2 years, and so I'm gonna check it out again this season. It's around this time that I usually watch it, but now I've got the movie novelization, which is totally badass, and a whole bunch of crazy stuff on here. It says, in the beginning, there was Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley's monumental horror classic Frankenstein. Then there was Frankenstein 1931, and Bride of Frankenstein 1935, and Son of Frankenstein 1939. But never was there anything like Young Frankenstein, a terrifyingly funny movie from Mel Brooks, the mad genius who brought you Blazing Saddles, now a best-selling hit novel that I never knew existed. But, yep, love the artwork there from the poster. Just cool stuff all around. So, great pickup for the collection. But I'm going to say that's going to be it for this stack of movies that I don't know if I can hold up. But, cool stuff. But, yeah, that's going to be it for me. Hopefully you like that one. Saw some books you want to check out and pick up for your own collection. But I'm going to take off. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you like what I'm doing. And leave a comment below. Subscribe. Do all that jazz because I love hearing from you guys. And I will see you the next Lucid Nightmare. Peace.